Did you think it's going to be a daunting task to have so many platforms come together?
So if you start to look at only the negative side of it, it will become difficult to do anything of this size, scale and complexity.
Yeah.
So, but because this is something which appeals to just so many people, and I've personally been both quite fond of the arts and have enjoyed them for a very long time, and have appreciated them for very, very long. And 20 years ago, actually, we had set up a foundation in Ludhiana, but that was only for the performing arts. So this was, in a sense, a graduation from there to look at all art forms in the way the arts used to be in India, going back a little bit in history.
Okay.
So historically, if you look back about 250 years ago, which is not much in the life of a nation, Indian arts were in this manner, where all the art forms worked and played together with each other.
We're part of everyday life.
We're part of it, exactly. Because there is just so much influence around us. If you look at our architecture, our buildings, our furniture, our textiles, our food, all of them have an amazing amount of creative content which has gone in, which is both native Indian and carries influence from many parts of the world.
Because every different kind of the arts and the performance has different requirements for execution. Just your thought, when you conceptualized in thinking to create a common platform in which you can have cross-platform sharing, you can have cross-platform interaction with artists of different,
Yes.
because they're usually busy living in their own pockets, and this creates a synergy, an opportunity for a synergy for them as well professionally.
So that's a very important point, by the way, you're making, which is one of both the themes and the messages of Serendipity Arts Foundation itself, not only the festival.
Yeah.
Because as you know, the festival is a window that we have for the world for just this short period of time of 8 or 10 days, but the work of the foundation is through the year. One of the things we've said is that art around us, life around us, never has a unitary focus. There are multiple influences at play all the time. And that's exactly how our art forms used to be. What we currently have is an inheritance from British times, who looked at it from the Western sensibility and said, by the way, theatre is separate and music is separate and dance is in another silo. This was not the Indian form of the arts. Indian forms were all an amalgam of all art forms. So we brought 14 curators, and each of them is literally about the best in their profession. These are outstanding individuals, very talented, very well respected. So we had 2 or 3 requirements of them. One, not least should they be very talented, but this should be those individuals who can work with other people and also are willing to look at and experiment with interdisciplinarity.
Yes. In the coming years, do you think this will influence their practice as well?
I certainly hope so, and I do think so. Because there are 3 things we are doing. One is we are encouraging research. None of the projects that we see around you are just put up. All of them have a significant component of research behind them as to why they are in the way they are. So some things are about everyday lives. We do a lot of work with young people, by the way. We have school kids who come in here every day. We take them around on curated walks. We have wheelchair access for people who cannot walk. We have sign language experts for deaf and mute visitors. And even for visually challenged and blind visitors, we have maquettes of all important pieces, tactile pieces. You can touch and feel what they look like. And we also have braille catalogs of all the venues. So the idea is to allow as much interaction as possible. Open yourself more and more. Welcome more and more people. So this has become, in a sense, a people's festival.